Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching or watching right now. Tonight, we are here again with my co-business partners. Um, we're having a conversation about our topic for tonight. So, tonight we're talking about the topic that can make a huge difference in many families' life. Turn your spare time into something meaningful for your family, whether it's 30 minutes a day or a few hours a week. We'll explore how small actions today can create a better future for tomorrow. So, before anything else, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is March, a mom of two, a wife, originally from the Philippines in Mindanao, so Bisayang Dako. Hello to all Bisaya out there. And now living in Texas, USA with my family. And a food technology by profession, and I work in a food service industry, and I'm a proud digital entrepreneur. So we're here again. So we will introduce our um, guest for tonight from Sis Yuni, Gemma, Sis Mary J, Miko, and Sis Bernadette. So, Sis Yuni, the floor is yours. Introduce yourself and your background.
Hello everyone. Good evening. My name is Leonie, a proud mom of three and a personal support worker here in Canada, an immigrant parent from the Philippines, and I'm proud Bisaya too.
Thank you, Sis. And next is Sis Gemma.
Hi everybody! Medyo pasensya na po. Something's going on with my connection. I don't know why. But anyway, my name is Gemma. I'm from BC, Canada, and I am a wife and a mom to three lovely daughters. And I'm also an early childhood educator by profession. Thank you.
All right. So the next is Sis Mary J.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary J. Stewart. I am from Baguio City, Philippines, currently living in New Jersey, USA. I am a wife, a mom of two, and a physical therapist by profession. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sis. And the next is Sis Miko.
Oh. Hi, good evening, everybody. Meiko here, origin from Cebu, Philippines. I used to work almost 2 decades in food service. Now, currently, my career is in public service. So, a child of God, mom of three, wife, and of course, a proud digital business owner. Back to you, Sis Marge.
Thank you, Sis. And the next is Sis Bernadette.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning from. I am Bernadette, originally from Baguio City, Philippines, and now living here in Canada as an early childhood educator, a proud digital business owner, and a child of God. Back to you, sis.
Thank you, Sis. And now we're in the question and answer portion. So today's question is for Sis Yoni. So I have a question for you. Many parents feel like they don't have enough time. How can someone start using just 30 minutes a day to create something meaningful for their family's future?
Thank you, sis, for that wonderful question. Between work, family responsibilities, household chores, and everything else, it's easy to think I don't have time to start anything new. And that's exactly why I love this question. Many parents feel that they need several hours a day to create something meaningful for their future. But the truth is, you don't need a lot of time. You need consistency. Think about it. Most of us spend 30 minutes scrolling social media, watching TV, or doing things that don't move us closer to our goals. What if you use just 30 minutes a day to learn a new skill, work on a side project, listen to personal development training, or build something for your family's future? 30 minutes may not seem like much, but over a week, that's 3.5 hours. Over a month, that's more than 15 hours. Over a year, that's over 180 hours invested in yourself. That's how meaningful change begins, not with huge leaps, but with small, consistent steps. As a busy mom, a healthcare worker, I learned that I don't have to do everything at once. I just have to do every day because every 30 minutes invested today can create opportunities, confidence, and choices tomorrow. Your future is not built in a day, it's built daily. Back to you, host.
All right. I love that, sis, because I think many people underestimate what 30 minutes a day can do. As a busy mom myself, I learned that those small pockets of time can eventually lead to a big changes when you're consistent and focused on your goal. Thank you, sis. And the next question is, sis Gemma, this is for you. What are some common ways people unintentionally waste their spare time? And how can they redirect the time toward personal growth or additional income?
Hi, Sis Marge. Thank you for that question. So, I have here clear, practical, working parent friendly ideas
Mhm.
showing how people commonly waste spare time and how they can redirect that same time into online income or productive habits. So first is the mindless scrolling. I'm guilty of that too, di ba? Lahat naman tayo, we would do that sometimes. So we can turn it into micro tasks that pay, or di ba? That's very exciting. So most working parents decompress by scrolling social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, or news feeds. It feels harmless, of course, but 20 minutes here and 15 minutes there adds up to 7 to 10 hours a week. Would you believe that? So, how to redirect it? So, replace scrolling with short, online tasks that fit into tiny pockets of time. You can also do just like what Sis Leonie has mentioned. You can develop some skills, make use of those times, like 15 minutes. You can watch a training, or you can listen to some information session or virtual training. You can attend those. So depends, of course, right? You know your time better. And then number two is binge watching shows. Nako, mahilig tayo dyan. Turn it into content creation, di ba? So
Mhm.
parents often watch TV to unwind after the kids go to bed. Well, there's nothing wrong with that because that's our responsibility, right? But even replacing one episode a night can free up 5 hours. Wow, that's a good what's this conversion of your spare time to a productive one. So how to redirect that? So practical examples: if you like TikTok or YouTube short, you can review. You can do something. You can do that. You can do that. I mean, if you want to do go live, you can even do that as well. So, or maybe you're into Canva creation, you can make use of that as well. And number three is we are having that noise. I don't know where's that coming from. So number three is overthinking instead of starting. So turn it into quick action routine. So many parents want to start a side hustle but get stuck researching, planning, or doubting themselves. You know what? In our online business platform, just jump into it, then ask the right questions. Whoever invited you, you don't have to you don't need an experience to do this business. You don't have to know everything, you don't have to figure it out, because we have a mentor and coaching program that will help and work alongside you. So, and then number four would be saying yes to everything. 'Di ba minsan ang hirap mag-say no, yes lang tayo ng yes. So turn it into protected productivity blocks. So parents often lose hours doing tasks for others like school committees, school meetings, extra errands, unnecessary chores na pwede namang pagliban muna, di ba? Because they feel guilty saying no. So how to redirect that? So create two 30-minute protected blocks per week for income building tasks or income producing activities. And then last would be unstructured evenings. turn into a simple productivity ritual. Sometimes we have evenings naman na hindi tayo busy o wala talagang we have walang naka-schedule, in other words. So maybe create a 20-minute nightly ritual that builds skills or income. So especially in our online business platform, we have a system. We have our own training program. So merong mga training, especially in trainings namin, 5 minutes, 4 minutes lang per topic. So you can do that too, right? So you wouldn't know you would not believe that you will save lots of your time, lots of your spare time, and turn them into a productivity income activities that you will benefit from. So you know what? I'll leave the rest to our other speakers here. So yeah, thank you, Marge.
You're on mute, sis.
That's such a great point, sis. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but how we use those hours can make a huge difference. Even replacing a little, scrolling time with learning a new skills can have a positive impact on our future. So, thank you for sharing that, sis. And the third question is for sis Mary J. How has turning your spare time into a productive activity impacted your family, life, and finances or overall peace of mind? The floor is yours, sis.
Thank you for that question, sis.
You're welcome.
Well, for me, turning a few spare hours each week into something productive has been life changing. As a physical therapist and wife of two active girls, I used to feel that there were never enough hours in the day. I was working hard. I was missing precious moments, family moments. When I start using some of my free time to learn new skills and build an online business, I wasn't expecting overnight results. What I was hoping for was options and flexibility, which I got from our business. Over time, it helped create an additional stream of income, but most importantly, it has given me peace of mind. I no longer feel like my family's future depends on how many hours I can physically work. As a healthcare professional, if I don't work, I don't get paid. Building something outside of my profession gave me another path. The biggest impact has been on my family life. I've been able to create more memories with my daughters, be more present as a parent, and have greater confidence about our future. Knowing I'm using my spare time to build something that I can benefit my family long term gives me a sense of purpose and peace that I didn't have before. So, my message to anyone listening to this: you don't have to sacrifice your family to create a better life. Sometimes consistency, using a few spare hours each week, can completely change where you will be having a few years from now. Thank you so much, Miss Marge.
I can definitely relate to that. So for me, having something productive on the side has given me more confidence and hope for the future. It's not always about the money, and sometimes it's about creating more options and opportunities for your family. So now let's proceed to another question. This is for Sis Miko. So for busy moms and dads who already work full-time jobs, what advice would you give to them about starting something on the side without feeling overwhelmed? Floor is
Thank,
yours.
thank you, Sis Marge.
Welcome.
Is my audio okay? Yes. So, you don't need more hours in a day. We all have the same 24/7 hours in a day. You only need to become more intentional with the hours, that is provided to you. Of course, a lot of us here, we wear a lot of hats, many hats, you know. Uh, we have full-time careers. We are wives. We are moms, and of course, an online business owner. So I really understand that, people who are outside would say, "Oh, how can these ladies, you know, uh, do it? Like, how do they find time?" So I always get that question, right? So it's kind of overwhelming, and that can feel like, oh, I don't have time, right? So before working in public service, I used to work in food service, so very opposite. So I almost spent almost 2 decades in the food service industry, and that type of work was so busy, right? Physically demanding, and often it involved long or changing hours. And so when I started my online business, I did not suddenly have, a lot of free time. So I started with the time I had, you know, pockets of time, like your lunch breaks, your 15-minute breaks in the morning, 15-minute break in the afternoon. So, like fellow busy career moms and professionals, so I started small and keep it simple, like what Sis Leonie said earlier, right? Even 30 minutes of focus time, you can use that. You don't need to do everything in a day. Um, you watch a training, 30 minutes of watching a training, like in our community. They're very structured training, and I'm just gonna mute. We have a very structured training that will really guide you on how to run your business, right? So like even posting, scheduling your post, right? How to follow up, or there's a lot of skills that you can learn in this business. And of course, aside from the business, we have all our family, right? Our family activities, like what I've shared before. You have to organize yourself as well. There's a lot of tools out there, and choose which one best fits your lifestyle and how you work, how you think, because not one tool fits everybody. So choose that, like the calendar itself, because we wear a lot of hats. So it's very important that you have one place for everything that you do in all aspects of your life, so that any unexpected thing that comes up, you will not be too overwhelmed, right? And I also remind myself that I am not doing this through my strength alone. God has given me this business, and I pray, I ask God for wisdom and guidance, and trust Him in my everyday steps. And there are days when I cannot accomplish everything, so I don't, like, uh, I'm not too hard on myself. Then I move it to the next day, right? So don't be too hard on yourself, because nobody's perfect. And my faith reminds me that progress really does not always have to be fast. You just have to be that consistent, focused action. And most of us in our online community, we started part time with our business, like with whatever time we have. We have our full time jobs, and some have quit their careers, and some decided to have a career alongside the business, like most of us. And we care for our families, we manage our responsibilities. So there's a lot going on, but we did not wait until our lives become less busy, because I don't know, that will not happen. No, life is always busy, and life will always be full of challenges. And if you're waiting for that perfect time to have that extra, what you say, 2 hours a day, that will not happen. So we simply took one intentional step at a time. So to all of you who are watching us live, or even the replay, you're a busy working mom, a working dad, and you're always looking for that, option. You don't have to quit your job or neglect your family duties. So start with what you have, use the time that God has given you, and trust that you start small. Your faithful steps today can help a better future for your family. So back to you, Sis Marge.
Thank you, sis. I absolutely agree. I think one of the biggest mistake people make is believing they have to do everything perfectly from the beginning. But progress happen one step at a time, and every small actions counts. Thank you, sis. And the next question is for sis Bernadette. So, what would you say to someone who believes they need a lot of money, experience, or a free time before they can start building something meaningful for their family.
All right, Bernadette here once again. Thank you, Sis March, for that wonderful question. So, this is my answer to that. So, many people believe they need a lot of money, years of experience, or endless free time before they can start building something meaningful for their family. The truth is, most successful journeys begin with what people already have: a willingness to learn, a reason bigger than themselves, and the courage to take the first step. In the digital business, or in my digital business, or in our digital business, I've seen ordinary people start from different situations and gradually create opportunities for themselves and their loved ones. And here are just the three tips I want to share to everyone. You don't need a lot of money to get started. Every investment starts with a decision. Many people assume they need a large amount of capital before they can build something meaningful. However, the most valuable investment is often investing in knowledge, skills, and personal growth. So, two, you don't need to be an expert. Experience is gained through action before. Most people who succeed in digital business started without knowing everything. They learned step by step through training, mentorship, and consistent effort. What matters most is having an open mind and being willing to learn new skills, and that can help create a better future. You don't need endless free time. Small, consistent action can lead to meaningful result. Many people begin while balancing career, family responsibilities, and busy schedules. Even a few focus hours each week can make a difference over time. So the key is not how much time you have, but how intentionally you use the time available to you. So my final thought for this would be: building something meaningful for your doesn't require perfect circumstances. It starts with a decision to explore new possibilities and take one step forward. You may not have all the money, experience, or free time today, but with the right mindset, guidance, and consistency, you can begin creating opportunities that could possibly impact your family's future. Back to you, sis.
Thank you, sis. That is very encouraging because so many people are waiting for the perfect moment. The reality is that most successful people started before they felt ready. Sometimes taking the first step is the hardest but most important part of the journey. So now I have a bonus questions for everyone. And we will go back to Sis Uni and so on, and the rest of um, guests. So the bonus question is: if you could go back and talk to yourself before you started your online business, what would you tell to yourself about the value of using your spare time wisely?
I would tell myself that 30 minutes I thought didn't matter would eventually become the foundation for a better future for my family.
Okay, so you can also invite.
To all busy moms and dads, healthcare workers, and immigrant parents watching tonight, if you've been telling yourself that you don't have enough time, maybe it's not about finding more time. Maybe it's about using the time you already have differently. If you'd like to learn more about creating options for your future, visit my website www.lunidesmacatumbas.com. Register your name and email address and explore the information available because your family future is worth 30 minutes a day.
Thank you,
Back
sis.
to you, Hus.
Thank you, sis. That's wonderful. And the next is Gemma.
Hi, I'm here again. I would tell myself that every small pocket of spare time you treat casually is actually a quiet opportunity to build something that your future self will be grateful for. So invest for yourself. And maybe for some of you, you're stuck or you don't know where to go, but you're searching for something significant for yourself and for your family, or you want to start something new. Maybe you just need to reset your button, right? So ask questions and maybe I can help you answer them. If not, I can try to go back to you. So depends on what questions do you have. So my website is www.gemavramos.com, and you can also drop message here or a comment. Then I'll try myself to get back to you. Thank you.
And the next is Mary J.
Yes. So if I could go back and talk to myself before I started my online business, I would tell myself to stop focusing only on earning for today and start building for tomorrow. I thought the answer was simply to work more hours, but more hours meant less time with my family. That I didn't realize was that even a few spare hours each week and using consistency could create opportunities that my job alone couldn't provide. I would tell myself not to underestimate the value of learning new skills, investing on personal growth, and building something that can work beyond my own time and effort. So looking back, it wasn't the big actions that make the biggest difference. It was the small, consistent steps. An hour spent here and there learning, attending trainings, or taking actions on my goals eventually added up. And most importantly, if I would remind myself that spare time is not just time to fill, it's an opportunity to build a future with more choices, more freedom, and more memories with the people you love. And the best time to start was years ago, and the second best time is today. The way we spend our spare time often determines the future we live in. So remember, you don't need endless free time to create change. Sometimes all it takes is a few intentional hours each week. If you'd like to learn more about my journey and what I'm doing or what we're doing, send us a message or visit my website www.maryjace.com, and I'd love to connect with you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, sis. The next is Sis Mako.
Thank you, Sis Mars. So, if I could go back, I'd remind myself that even a few hours used consistently in a week can grow some into something meaningful for my family. I don't need perfect timing, just small steps, staying faithful, and trusting God with my journey. So, for all those busy career moms out there and professionals who wants to explore building an online business alongside your career, you don't need to quit your job. So you can connect with me. My website is makoandrohel.com, and I'll help you with that first intentional step. So your future can begin with that small decision you make today. Back to you, sis.
Thank you, sis, for sharing. And the next is Sis Bernadette.
Hi, I'm here once again. So if I could go back, I'd tell myself that even for a little package of your time, a few hours of spare time used consistently can definitely grow into a digital business that creates more flexibility, opportunities, and time for your family in the future. So once again, if you want to have a change in your life, then do make a change. So, by the way, let's talk and connect with me at www.bernadettejourney.com, or you can connect to any one of us. We have the same mission and goal to help you guys and to help each other rise. So, back to you, sis.
Thank you, sis. And I love that perspective. Looking back, it's amazing how the small decision we make every day can completely change our future. That's why it is important to invest our time intentionally and stay focused on our long term goals. So, what a wonderful discussion tonight. Thank you so much who shared their insight and experiences. If there are one thing we can hope you take away from tonight, it's this: you don't need a lot of time to make a difference. You just need to start. Small consistent effort can lead to a big results for you, for yourself and your family. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on the next live. And have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you for watching us.
God bless
Have a great day.
everyone. Thank
Blessings, everyone.
you.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.